All right. I was worried because like I thought that we're gonna start on time because you're usually on time, so I hope everything's okay.
I just had some extra classes today and I'm in the car, so it's a bit uncomfortable, but it's okay. I will be in the car for the next hour probably.
I see. So, yeah, thank you for joining anyway. I'm very glad to see you. Опять же, давайте уже завтра сдаете, чтобы с классным настроением, настроем зашли, вы все знаете. Okay, so today's all about the speaking part. Okay, and then we'll talk about your writing task one. Okay. Besides that, any questions about anything?
Mm, no, no, probably. I did like some listening and reading, and mostly like I counted like approximately, and reading was like a 7 band, and listening was 8.
I see. Perfect. Thank you for sharing. All right, let's get started. So the first part. Hello, I hope you're doing great. Let's start. Uh,
Mhm.
let's talk about jewelry. Do you like to wear jewelry?
Yes, I would say that I'm a big fan of some accessories such as jewelry. I try to wear it on a daily basis, but sometimes I forget to wear it, and most of the time I tend to wear it occasionally.
I see. And then, do you prefer to wear a lot of jewelry?
No, I believe that I'm someone who is more into classics and something that is a bit less um like in less quantities. I feel like if there are some uh mm, like I'm more into quality than quantity.
I see. And then, can you give me some examples? What exactly, what types of jewelry do you like to wear?
Mhm. Yes. Normally I wear all types of jewelry. However, I think that mostly I wear earrings or some bracelets. Yeah. I'm a big fan of bracelets and I can wear them a few on my hand, and it's something that I really enjoy.
Hmm. And then, so where do you usually buy jewelry?
To be honest, it depends. Most of the time I buy it online. However, if I have a chance, I buy jewelry in some stores. If I go around the city and I notice some stores with jewelry, I will try to go there and maybe get some pair of earrings or whatever I like.
Hmm. And then why do you think some people wear a certain piece of jewelry for a long time?
Hmm. Well, this is an interesting question. I guess that people may have some memories connected to this jewelry. From my personal observations, many people wear some jewelry for a long time because this jewelry was gifted to them by meaningful people, or it was inherited by their grandma or someone else.
Uh-huh. And then let's move on to a different topic. What things made you happy when you were a child, when you were younger?
Well, there were all types of things that made me happier when I was a child. Most likely, the thing that made me the most cheerful was going to some attractions park, and also I really liked cotton candy as a child, and when I went to some park with my family and we bought some cotton candy or other sweets, I was there was no limit to my happiness.
Hmm. And then what about now? What activities in particular make you feel happy these days?
Well, to be honest, I have never really thought about this deeply. Um, Most likely nowadays I'm happy when my um goals are achieved, and when I work towards something really hard and it turns out positively. I think that this is something that makes me the most happy. In addition to that, I'm fond of going out with my friends, and when I have the chance, I try to go to some mall or go to the cinema, watch some movies with my friends.
And then what kinds of people make you happy?
I guess that it depends, and most likely all types of people make me happy. I notice that people who are more extroverted and with whom I'm able to find common language easily are the ones that make me feel at ease, and therefore I feel more cheerful with them. So I guess people who are more open-minded make me happy.
And what do you mean by open-mindedness? Can you explain?
Well, I notice that many people are a bit judgmental nowadays, and when someone has very open views towards different types of things, and when um they are very curious to find out a variety of people, I think this is what makes a person more open-minded.
hmm All right, different topic. Just a few more questions. Are there any small businesses in the area that you live in?
Yes, there are tons of small businesses, small corporations in Almaty, and I try to support such things because I know how much effort is behind this stores or other businesses. So I try to go there and maybe buy some products, or instead of going to some bigger businesses, to some bigger stores, I try to choose something which is a bit less global.
hmm And then in the area that you specifically reside in, what about that area? Any small businesses there?
Yes, I guess that there are some. I have noticed many stores with products, and when I have the chance, I go there to buy some bread or other like small goods that I might need.
hmm And then why do you think some people prefer to shop specifically at small businesses?
Honestly, I don't really know. I guess it is a bit more convenient for people to go to some smaller stores and eventually buy their goods there. However, I noticed that some people have some relatives or friends that work there, and maybe they want to support that as well.
hmm And then would you personally ever like to run your own small business?
Um, yes, in fact, I used to have a kind of a small business in the past. I was um making some things handmade, and I sold it online or at school. Like it depended on the situation.
I see. Last question. When was the last time you bought something from a small business, and what was it?
Mm, to be honest, I do not remember exactly what I bought last time. But today I bought a tea from local store. Maybe this could count as well. And most of the time it's something edible.
hmm Got it. Thank you. Moving on to the second part. Please take a look at the speaking card in the chat. I would like you to describe something that you would like to learn in the future. Okay? As
Yeah,
always, you
sure.
have 1 minute to prepare. You can take notes if it's possible. All right. As always, you have up to 2 minutes to talk about the topic, and please don't worry if I stop you when the time is over. You can start.
Okay. One of the things that I would like to learn is a new language. Um, Overall, I'm someone who's into linguistics, and I always try to broaden my horizons by learning new languages. And one of the languages that I'm interested in lately is Spanish. Um, I used to watch a lot of TV shows and movies that were originally in Spanish. In addition to that, my parents speak Spanish almost fluently as they lived in Madrid for 3 years. And sometimes when I hear them speaking Spanish, um, I feel like I would be interested to try that as well. Um, and by speaking a new language, I think I will be able to gain new perspective in life. And like in general, languages really open doors to many new opportunities. So maybe in the future I will be able to study somewhere in Europe, and learning and speaking some language fluently would really help me. However, this is not some easy task to complete because learning any language is very challenging. It requires a lot of stamina, a lot of um, effort, and because I do not have a lot of practice nowadays, I think I will need to have some extra. Uh, in addition to that, there are many online sources, many channels on YouTube. So maybe with their help, I will be able to get at least like a A1 or A2 um,
All right.
proficiency of this language.
Perfect. Thank you. 2 minutes sharp. Excellent. Moving on into the final part, let's continue talking about learning skills and lifelong learning. What's the most popular skill to learn these days? What do you think?
From my perspective, in 21st century, it is necessary to have some communication skills, because even some very talented people who have some skills in rare areas, without some um, good communication skills, they are not able to achieve success.
Hmm. And what are the ways people can learn practical subjects, such as, cooking, for example?
Well, nowadays there are many courses online and offline as well. I believe that with their help, anyone can learn at least the basis of many skills such as cooking or driving a car. These skills are necessary during everyday life, and it would make any person's life a lot easier if they um, are able to complete those tasks and have the skills.
Hmm. And then what about choosing a career, a major, when it comes to studying, and especially for young people? What makes young people choose their career or major?
Um, from my viewpoint, young people nowadays choose their career path through some personality tests, and they basically take a look at um, what skills they have that could be um, helpful in their career. Personally, I had like personality test, and after seeing its result, I had a bit better understanding of what um, job would be the most useful for me.
Hmm. And then what subjects are also popular with young adults today in your country?
Mm, this is actually interesting question. I will need to think of it. Um, mm, well, I hold the view that most likely the most common jobs and majors people choose, especially the youth, is marketing and managing management. I mean, because almost everyone now tries to sell something, and in order to do that, social media is necessary. And with some knowledge in marketing, it is a lot easier to be successful in some businesses, in selling something, in selling some courses, for example. So I believe that marketing is necessary, and that is why young people choose this career.
Mm-hmm. And then besides parents, when it comes once again, when it comes to choosing a career, who else would people take advice from usually?
Mm, well, if speaking about students, there is such a person as coordinator, and I feel like they could really help to choose a career path, and they have a bit deeper knowledge in this sphere. So, if I had the chance, I would for sure um, go to such coordinators and ask them, based on my personality, based on my character, which career would be the most fitable for me.
Mm-hmm. That's it?
Yeah.
All right. And then at what age should children start making their own decisions and why? What do you think?
Um, I believe that children are supposed to gain their own opinion when they are at the age of 12 to 13, because this is the age when they have the most consciousness, and they're able to have their own opinion, to express their thoughts freely, and argue as well. And most of the children are turning into teenagers, young adults, and at that age, when they hit like their puberty, they start viewing things differently. Maybe they rethink the things that they used to view differently in the past. And I think when all of these things occur, they're able to have their own views in life, their own opinions.
Mm-hmm. And then what about schools? Should schools teach both arts and science?
Well, I feel like it is not necessary. At my school, we have division when we finish the ninth grade. We go into different directions. Some people who are more humanitarian choose a humanitarian path. People who are more into science go into science, and so on. So I think this is something that makes our life a lot easier because we do not have to learn lessons, learn subjects that we won't need in the future. So I think it depends on the person and their interests. So it will be the best way to do that by giving children a choice whether what they want to study, and it will be a lot more effective for them in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And then what kinds of courses do you think are useful for university level students?
Mm, well, most likely, the courses that they will need, depending on their major. For example, I would like to study management, and for me, the best subject to study will be management and human resources. Um, so I think it really varies depending on the person's interest, their future universities they want to go to, and their major. My sister, for example, she studies marketing, and for her, maybe some basis of advertisements, some marketing courses will be very useful. And in the future, she could use this knowledge because I think when you step into university, it is a lot better if you have at least some foundation of the subject.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. Which kinds of jobs have the highest salaries in Kazakhstan and why?
Um, I believe that it is medical jobs, especially dentists. A lot of my friends choose this path because the salary is very high, and even though to get a scholarship, it requires a very high band on the exams. This job provides very stable and high salaries. Um, so I think that jobs that are related to IT, that are related to medicine, are very necessary nowadays, and not every person is able to study these subjects deeply. So I think people who have knowledge in these spheres are able to get jobs easily and have a high salaries throughout some time.
Gotcha. Final question. What do you think are some of the jobs that you think should have higher salaries and why?
Mm, well, I think that it could be teachers because very often they are um everything they do is not assessed as it should have been. Especially at my school, I think young teachers and even old ones are not being respected enough. And in addition to that, they do not have high salaries. They often tell us that being like a student, students teachers and um like having at least like 1 hour of class costs about like 5,000 tenge or something, and this is very low. And I feel like if they had higher salaries, more youth would be interested in being teachers. And this is very challenging job that requires a lot of willpower and a lot of patience. So I think it should be
Debili, I think I lost you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I think I lost you for a second. I can't hear you now. Yeah, okay, I think I can see you now. You here?
Uh, did, did you hear what I said?
Not the very end. What the summary of what you said?
Oh, I said that if this job was assessed a bit better, more youth will be interested in being teachers, and since this job requires a lot of this is very challenging to teach. I think um the salary should be a lot higher.
Mm-hmm.
And um I think nowadays people do not tend to choose professions such as teachers, such as doctors. But if they did, I think it will be a lot more beneficial, and it would impact people in a positive way.
Excellent. Thank you very much. This will be the end of the speaking exam. You did great. You did absolutely great. What do you personally think?
Well, the last few days were really chaotic, and I think it was a bit challenging for me to prepare properly. But I hope that tomorrow I will be able to perform well and excellent if possible. Well, I tried what I could, especially depending on like the circumstances right now. But I hope it was okay.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. I think what you're probably also referring to the focus, right? So maybe it was a bit challenging for you to focus on certain aspects, hence some hesitation in certain questions, especially in part three. But just in
Yeah,
general, I think the topics were also okay, right?
yeah.
Perfect. Anyway, let's take a look at some of the feedback. I do want to make some comments, some, minor comments, nothing too critical. Once again, if we do talk about the assessment, uh, this is an 8. This is an excellent 8 with the possibility, as I always say, you can definitely aim higher, and you can do better. I mean, there's always room for improvement and striving for perfection, absolutely. But if you talk about fluency and coherence, that's an 8. There were some pauses, but overall you were trying to integrate linking words. You were saying things like, I've never thought about this, let me think, please. This is an interesting question. This is so all of those things. When you were when you were making examples, you were also saying, for example, etc., etc., etc. So all of this contributes to this particular criterion. So it's an 8. For lexical resource, absolutely great variety of words. You were trying to paraphrase a lot. You were trying not to use my words too, right? In the questions that I was asking. Yeah, no, yeah, of course, because I just wanted to make sure that I just want to highlight how awesome that was. So it's an 8 to 9. I'm leaning towards an 8 in this particular case, because some of the verbs could also be more diversified, the range, I mean, because you were repeating the word to have a lot in terms of I had, they have, she had. Of course, once again, there's room for improvements always, for anyone, for everyone. So, but overall, this is still excellent, an excellent performance. And if we talk about grammar, that's a 7, and I'm going to explain why in a second. And for pronunciation, that's an 8. There were a few minor pronunciation sleeps, I would say, not even mistakes, but sleeps. For example, let me just share my screen again with the sound. But overall, that's an 8, contributing to an 8. So we can also see how there's been an improvement in terms of that, right? Remember the first 2 speaking tests?
And also I think that like tomorrow there will be a bit better like facilities I think than at the moment, and maybe it will be higher. I will see.
For sure, let's aim for
Yeah.
that. Exactly. I also wanted to highlight how great you were doing in terms of generating ideas, because I remember in this particular, in the first sample speaking test that we were doing, you were sometimes hesitant about the ideas, the generation of ideas, responding to the questions. But this time, no matter what topic we talk about, right? I do feel like you become more comfortable saying just whatever ideas, right?
Yeah, I just didn't really focus on the like logic, or I was just saying whatever came to my mind.
And this is perfect. So tomorrow, do the same. And once again, whatever question they ask you, if you don't know something, let's say some solutions to environmental problems, just go ahead and say, once again, that's a pretty difficult question. I don't really know, but, and start blah blah blahing. Okay, just start saying whatever you can say in great English. So that's the goal. That was great. Some of the mistakes I do want to mention. You were saying, can you please fix the mistake here? Interested. You were saying about the language learning.
Uh, Maybe the order is incorrect. Lately, I was interested. Maybe let me just.
Uh-huh. Something about the grammar, not the order.
I was interested.
But you want to express it in the present because you are interested. But
Late
the word lately,
Lately, I've been interested in French.
exactly. So present perfect.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Because you were saying that you started being interested and you are still interested. So this is present perfect tense for sure. You have been interested in studying the languages, the Spanish language. And then online sources, online resources, we can also say, right? Не источники, а как ресурсы, да, resources can also work. Resources. Классный глагол еще был to broaden my horizons, you said. Так, basics. Hold the view, also nice paraphrasing there. I hold the view. Um, so some articles, some sleeps in terms of that. Teachers are not being respected enough, you said. What's the mistake?
Without being.
Why?
Uh, I think being do not fit here. Teachers are not respected enough.
Yeah. What's the grammar explanation? I mean, the justification for using present simple instead of present passive passive continuous.
Mm,
You said teachers are not being respected enough, and I'm saying that it's a bit better. It's better definitely grammatically to say teachers are not respected without the word being.
mhm. Maybe it's like
It's general.
general.
Exactly. It's a general example. Okay, you're not talking about some particular specific situation within the moment being, ну, то есть present continuous. You're just making a general statement, right? The teachers in general are not respected. Ну, то есть такой момент, I mean, it's not critical once again, but this is just more suitable in this case. And then it is required to have. You said it requires to have. It is required to have something. Тоже passive voice. Present simple passive voice. Okay. So things like this. Other than that, other points are not that critical, some articles, but other than that, everything was great. Do you have any questions about anything?
No, probably not.
Everything's clear. How do you feel about the other sections, the other three
Well,
sections?
I'm a bit struggling with writing part. I will probably send a few more writings today, but it's just a bit difficult for me to manage my time effectively. Sometimes I'm not able to like end everything in time.
Mm, I see. Well, once again, tomorrow during the exam, keep track of the time. And if you see that you are left, I mean, if you have to hurry up, please hurry up. I mean, just leave everything. We talked about this, right? If you talk about the essay, just start writing the conclusion right away. Потому что если нет conclusion, то это хуже, чем если бы хотя бы какой-то conclusion, all right? For task achievement. So start writing the conclusion, okay? Same with the task one. Just keep track of the time. Если где-то уже видите, что нужно поторопиться, is just go through all of the feedbacks that you've received from me, okay? Go through all of the samples, just revise the vocabulary maybe, watch something fun, but definitely don't do any tests. Just forget about IELTS. Yes, start forgetting about the preparation itself because you know everything, you can do it, and we'll keep in touch. So tomorrow, if you do have any questions, I mean, before the exam, text me, but then during the exam, always ask the invigilators, да, которые ассистенты будут, if you have any concerns, any questions, they must help you with whatever, I mean, whatever you would need, okay? Of course,
Okay.
they'll be there for you too. And we'll keep in touch. So tomorrow, please share with me how everything goes. Прямо вот по ощущениям, да, criteria, writing, speaking, прям по четырем, right? Always keeping in mind the 4 criteria.
Okay.
Okay, okay, Demily. Once again, I feel like I know that you are 100% ready. Just revise everything and don't do tests. No more tests. Just revise everything. Absolutely. Trust me. This is the way to do this. This is my top recommendation to just start relaxing, start, mentally just calm and relaxed. That's the key. And tomorrow, make sure to get there earlier, get some good night's sleep and everything, okay?
Well, I actually really enjoy the lessons. I feel like you give such a detailed feedback that I know like exactly what I should focus on. And well, there is definitely some progress because at first, like, I didn't really have a understanding of what IELTS is like. I knew but I didn't really know about all the criterias, and I think it's a lot easier for me now. So thank you again.
Perfect.
Yeah, and I think during this whole month, I really had like a huge progress, and well, I feel quite prepared, but I hope that I won't be way too nervous or something that I will just forget. But yeah, overall, it was great.
Thank you so much. In terms of the writing sections, the improvement. I'm also very impressed by the way you collect your ideas and organize everything. So a lot of progress, Emily. You're a very smart student. You're gonna go
Thank
places, trust me. You're
you.
gonna do so great. All right, keep in touch. Thank you very much. Been a pleasure. Super glad knowing you. I
Mhm.
will keep in touch for sure, okay? And I'll send you the feedback on the task one a bit later, okay? I'll text you.
Okay, thank you.
All right,
Uh,
go get some rest.
okay, I will contact if I will need something else or if I want to have some more like lessons or whatever.
Please do, always in touch. All right, get some rest. Keep in touch. Bye bye, Emily. Best of luck tomorrow. You can do it.
Thank you so much. Goodbye.